The one thing I've noticed throughout the whole time of now from the 90s is that cartoons are becoming non-existent because everything is going to reality or just, human form. The shows like on Cartoon Network, which is kind of irrelevant because if you look at this, Cartoon Network is cartoons, but yet you got Level Up. They have the annoying Orange, and these shows are no dealing with cartoons whatsoever. And they've had multiple movies, like the Ben 10's movie series or whatever that was. They had two of those, which is actually originally a cartoon, and they're kind of they had like what would happen? They had I can't think of the name of the show, but it's where they build like destroy, rebuild, or something like that. I can't think of the name because it's been so long, but basically they took all these whole reality show ideals and they put it in Cartoon Network, and now look at Nickelodeon. Nickelodeon has barely any cartoons whatsoever anymore. From a cartoon channel, like they had the Rugrats, All Hey Arnold, all the good shit, Cat Dog. I'm not gonna name off everyone. Until now, they got only really human sitcom kind of ideals, like iCarly, Victorious, Fred. Pretty much since the 2000s came, they just really took away all their cartoons slowly, and they don't even show new episodes of cartoons anymore. Now they're showing new episodes of that damn show I thought was dead for a long ass time, the Fred Show, ever since he had his little movie premiere, which was this week, and I ranted about that already. They're posting more shows. I thought that show was canceled, but whatever. Now look at Disney Channel on the other hand. Disney's the biggest prime example of sitcoms in the world. From Channel, who had like all these cartoons, there are barely any cartoons anymore. Maybe about 3 or 4, because they got like The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody, all that shit. I'm not gonna name them because I really hate that show. And they took Toon Disney, which was basically all the 90s cartoons and shit, and they made it into Disney XD, where they show Zeke and Luther, they show all other shit, and it makes me wonder, are these kids not watching cartoons for any reason anymore? I mean, yeah, they show them, but eventually Nickelodeon Nickelodeon's kind of becoming Disney already, but Cartoon Network's slowly going to become sitcom ideals, and there's going to be no cartoons in any existence whatsoever. I mean, sure, we have these cartoon channels with, like, we got Adult Swim and shit, but Adult Swim is for adults, not children. One of the things that majorly affected me growing up is cartoons, because, that was the one thing about being a child, is being able to watch mindless TV shows without human people in there, because, let's face it, you can relate to these human people, you can't relate to a cartoon. I mean, I'll tell you this, when I was younger, when Pokemon started coming out, I thought I could go out being a Pokemon master, because, every kind of kid had that in their mind. And I would like to see kids experience that. Truly, they can go out there and be a web star. They can go out there and become a singer. It's not that hard, or not that easy. It's pretty hard, but yet catching Pokemon now, that's pretty hard to do because they don't exist. You see, shit like this is not gonna really change kids' minds. They're just gonna make it seem more real. I grew up, using my imagination onto things like, having a time machine that would send me to cartoon worlds and shit like that, and I don't want my kids, if I ever do have them, to experience humans. I want them to experience, like, Fairly Odd Parents and all that shit. I mean, yeah, that's not very old cartoon, but that was one of those great cartoons where you could actually pretend that you have fairy godparents. I would rather have my kids pretend that shit than pretend to be a singer for a stupid school, or live in a jungle that is they're a king with a twin. Pretty much cartoons is becoming non-existent, and this is one thing that we really have to take in consideration. Would our kids rather be something, or would you rather have kids have imagination, which will help them develop their mind even better? Because I actually am very creative because all the cartoons I used to watch, and you know what? I rather see that with kids, not them trying to be some rap bastard singers or kings or whatever the fuck they want to do, because it's just so stupid now. It makes no sense whatsoever. Things like these is just unbelievable, that actually seeing our childhoods being torn apart and seeing that kids are not even going to acknowledge our existence of our whole cartoon existence, like a cartoon live existence. We are growing, pretty much 90 kids grew up on all these cartoons, not human shows. I mean, sure, there's all that in Keenan and Kel, but I mean, those were pretty decent. They had some hints of actually comedy, and now you listen, or now you want to get these kids watching like Saturday Night Live and shit like that, which is kind of for older people to actually get that feeling. But the fact of the matter is, yeah, I know Saturday Night Live's been around a while and kids have been watching it, but I'd rather have my kid watch all that than Saturday Night Live, but that's never going to happen. Cartoons, as we know it, is going to exist never, and pretty much we're just watching our own childhoods be torn apart. There's no more Yu-Gi-Oh, no more Pokemon, no more what else was there? Dragon Ball Z, and these good color cartoons from Japan. We get some good ones now, but I mean, like, even Naruto. I don't like that show very much, but I watched it as a kid. That show is slowly falling apart thanks a lot to Disney, and I know it got canceled, I believe, off of Disney XD, because for some whatever stupid reason. But the fact is, all these anime, all these children cartoons are being canceled because kids don't want to watch it anymore, and kids' job is not to watch like Teen Mom and 16 and Pregnant and all that joke ass shit that makes kids want to actually go out and get pregnant. Kids should be watching mindless cartoons so they can rot their brains out and actually have a creative mind. Pretty much, as we know it, cartoons are very not existent still. There's a small percentage. Now, pretty much I have nothing else to say about this because it's just taking a lot out of me, and well, it's just kind of out of order. And I know I say that with no feeling whatsoever, but I'm being serious. Cartoons are out of order now. We are now entering the age of reality where kids can never believe in anything whatsoever. Well, I'm coniggits, and I'm signing off. Goodbye.